The fascinating world of celebrities has always been something that captures our imagination because it is filled with glitz glamour, challenges resilience, and inspiring stories that make us feel connected to the people we see on our screens. And one of the most intriguing stories recently has been the supposed feud between Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, which made fans curious about what really happened between these two talented stars. But the truth, as shared by insiders, is that there is no feud, no rivalry, no hidden animosity. Instead, Anna and Blake are colleagues who became friends while working together on the stylish thriller A Simple Favor, and now they are preparing to reunite for the sequel. Another Simple Favor set to premiere at SXSW. And what makes their dynamic so captivating is the way both women have carved unique paths in Hollywood. Anna Kendrick started her journey on Broadway at a very young age, earning a Tony nomination when she was just 12 years old, an accomplishment that few can match. And she transitioned into films with breakout roles in Twilight and then Pitch Perfect, where her comedic timing and singing ability turned her into a household name. Meanwhile, Blake Lively began her career with the cult classic film The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants before skyrocketing to fame as Serena van der Woodsen in Gossip Girl, where she became not only a television star but also a fashion icon admired around the world for her effortless style and charisma. And while rumors of on-set tension sometimes swirl around projects with two strong female leads, the reality is that both Anna and Blake supported one another, laughed together, and created the kind of bond that translates so beautifully on-screen in their performances. And now, as they return to reprise their roles, fans are eager not only to see what happens to their characters, but also to witness how their real-life friendship continues to shine through, despite the endless speculation from tabloids and blogs that thrive on creating conflict where none exists. And that is something we see often in the celebrity world, because the pressures of fame, the constant spotlight, and the demand for headlines can sometimes distort reality yet. When we look closely, we find stories of connection, inspiration, and resilience, just like Anna and Blake demonstrate. When we zoom out from their story, it becomes clear that Hollywood is full of similar journeys of people who come together, collaborate, and often build friendships that last for years, despite all the gossip suggesting otherwise. For example, consider the journey of Taylor Swift, who has also faced countless rumors about friendships gained and lost. Yet her story remains one of artistic triumph, reinvention, and the courage to keep creating music that speaks to millions of fans worldwide, from her country roots to her pop domination, and now her indie-inspired storytelling. She has shown that being a celebrity is not just about surviving the spotlight, but thriving in it by constantly evolving and speaking directly to her audience. And much like Taylor Blake, Lively has used her platform not only to act, but to also step into fashion entrepreneurship and philanthropy, showcasing that celebrities are multi-dimensional individuals who give back to their communities while balancing careers, families, and personal lives. Anna Kendrick, too, has leveraged her fame into unique projects, writing a memoir that candidly shared her experiences and making film choices that highlight her range from musical comedies to intense dramas, showing fans that she is more than just the quirky, funny character people sometimes expect her to be. And the way both Anna and Blake continue to navigate their careers while being mothers, friends, and role models reflects the resilience and relatability that makes fans admire them. And as we talk about admiration, it is impossible not to acknowledge how fashion plays such a major role in the narrative of celebrity culture. Blake Lively has become synonymous with daring, elegant red carpet looks. And unlike many stars, she famously styles herself without relying on a stylist, choosing her own gowns, jewelry, and hairstyles, which has only enhanced her reputation as a fashion powerhouse. Anna Kendrick, though more understated, has equally made her mark with chic, sophisticated ensembles that highlight her personality and down-to-earth charm, and the two, together on a red carpet, create the kind of dazzling moment that fashion magazines love to analyze and fans adore to recreate. But beyond the gowns and photo shoots, these stars use their influence to highlight charitable causes. Blake Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds have donated millions to charities supporting children, refugees, and marginalized communities, while Anna Kendrick has spoken up about mental health awareness and the importance of authenticity in an industry that often demands perfection. And these elements of their lives remind us that celebrity stories are not just about surface-level glamour, they are about real people striving to make a difference. This is why when tabloids suggest there might be feuds between women like Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, it is important to remember that often the truth is far more uplifting than the rumor mill would have us believe, rather than tearing each other down. These women are building each other up and working together on projects that excite audiences and bring fresh stories to the screen. And if we think about it, this mirrors many other stories in the entertainment world, where collaboration leads to some of the most iconic moments in history, from the way Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper poured their souls into A Star, Is Born to how Zendaya and Timothée Chalamet brought youthful energy to Dune, or even how international stars like BIS collaborated with Western artists to bridge cultural gaps. Celebrities again and again remind us that working together creates magic. And while Blake and Anna may be the current focus because of Another Simple Favor, the broader story of celebrity culture is filled with countless other examples of resilience and reinvention. Think about Jennifer Lopez, who started as a dancer, then became an actress, then a singer, and now a global brand representing empowerment and perseverance. Or consider someone like Selena Gomez, who has battled health challenges, faced public breakups and constant scrutiny, yet continues to release music, produce impactful projects, and use her platform to advocate for kindness and mental health awareness. And when we weave these stories together alongside those of Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, we see a tapestry of courage, determination, and joy that keeps fans engaged and inspired. And as we dive deeper into the world of Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively and the way their friendship and professional collaboration has been portrayed, it becomes clear that their story reflects something larger about how celebrity narratives are built and consumed, because so often we as fans are drawn into speculation about feuds and rivalries, when in reality what drives most stars is the same thing that drives anyone else: passion for their work, love for their families, and a desire to be understood and respected for who they truly are. So when The Insider revealed that there is no drama between them, it only reinforced the idea that the entertainment industry can sometimes manufacture tension for headlines. Yet beneath those glossy magazine covers, these two women are simply professionals who get along and who look forward to celebrating the release of Another Simple Favor at SXSW. And that enthusiasm is contagious, because fans who loved the first film are excited to see the quirky dark comedy return with more twists, style, and humor. And it reminds us of how unique pairings in Hollywood can spark creativity and magic on screen, just as it has with so many other iconic duos throughout film history. Now, if we step back and look at the careers of Anna and Blake as examples of resilience and adaptability, we begin to see how their paths mirror the journeys of countless other stars who have redefined themselves over time. Anna Kendrick went from being known as the funny supporting actress to leading lady and respected author. Her memoir, Scrappy Little Nobody, offered not only laughs, but also moments of deep relatability about growing up in the spotlight while still feeling unsure and human, something that endeared her even more to fans. Blake Lively similarly evolved from her television breakthrough in Gossip Girl to commanding the screen in films like The Shallows and The Age of Adeline, while also carving out a space in entrepreneurship with her ventures like Betty Buzz Drinks, showing how stars can reinvent themselves beyond the screen. And both women have had to face constant attention from the press regarding their personal lives, from relationships to motherhood, yet they have handled it with grace, reminding fans that it is possible to maintain authenticity even under pressure. This authenticity is one of the reasons audiences feel so connected to celebrities across the board, because it allows us to see pieces of ourselves in their stories. For example, when Demi Lovato spoke openly about their struggles with mental health and recovery, it inspired countless fans to seek help and to feel less alone. Or when Zendaya became the youngest woman to win an Emmy for Best Actress. In a drama, her success represented a triumph for young artists of color, breaking barriers and setting new standards for what is possible in Hollywood. Similarly, Beats, the global superstars from South Korea, have shown how music can cross every boundary of language and culture. Their story of starting from humble beginnings in a small company and growing into the most popular boy band in the world resonates with millions, because it proves that dreams, fueled by hard work, determination, and connection with fans, can come true. And when we think about fan connections, it is impossible not to mention Taylor Swift, whose relationship with her audience is unlike anything else. She has turned concerts into safe havens for her fans, while also leaving Easter eggs, clues, and personal touches that make her supporters feel like part of her inner circle. Her Eras Tour became not just a concert, but a cultural phenomenon, with fans dressing in themed outfits, trading friendship bracelets, and singing along in unison, creating memories that will last a lifetime. And it is this kind of bond that celebrities like Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively also tap into when they bring humor, fashion, and honesty to their public appearances, because fans remember how they felt in those moments of connection more than any headline about supposed drama. And speaking of fashion, let us take a moment to appreciate how central it has become to the celebrity journey. Blake Lively is one of the rare stars who styles herself, and in doing so, she has built a reputation as a fashion icon who dares to take risks while maintaining sophistication. Her red carpet looks, whether in shimmering gowns at the Met Gala or tailored pantsuits at premieres, always make headlines. Anna Kendrick, while more understated, brings her own flair to fashion, often choosing elegant, simple dresses that emphasize her natural charm together. Their combined sense of style has become part of the allure of their joint appearances. And in many ways, it mirrors other celebrity duos like Beyoncé and Jay-Z, whose combined presence is always breathtaking, or George and Amal Clooney, who embody timeless elegance and social activism, reminding us that fashion is not just about clothes, but about storytelling, identity, and impact. Impact is also a key word when we talk about the charitable contributions of celebrities who use their influence for good. For instance, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds have donated millions to causes ranging from food banks during the pandemic to organizations supporting refugees and marginalized communities, while Anna Kendrick has lent her voice to mental health campaigns and spoken openly about the importance of empathy in a world that often values image over substance. These acts of kindness mirror what other celebrities like Angelina Jolie have done for decades as a humanitarian working with the United Nations, or what Chance the Rapper achieved by donating millions to public schools in Chicago. These are stories that uplift us and remind us that beyond the lights and cameras, many stars are deeply committed to making the world a better place. And while some celebrity journeys focus on giving back, others highlight the ability to rise after setbacks, which is another theme that resonates deeply with audiences. Britney Spears, for example, after years of public challenges, regained control of her life and career and has become a symbol of resilience for fans worldwide. Robert Downey Jr. transformed from a troubled past into one of the biggest stars of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, inspiring countless people with his comeback story, and even stars like Selena Gomez, who faced both health struggles and public scrutiny, have managed to redefine their careers and personal narratives through honesty, vulnerability, and relentless creativity, just as Anna and Blake are redefining theirs, not through feuds, but through collaboration, artistry, and friendship. And this brings us back to the central theme that there is no feud between Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively. Instead, there is a partnership built on mutual respect and a shared passion for storytelling, which is what Hollywood at its best is all about: creating moments that entertain, inspire, and connect us. And as they reunite for another simple favor, they join a long list of celebrities who show us that behind every rumor lies a much richer truth, one filled with laughter, perseverance, creativity, and human connection. And it is these truths that make the world of celebrities so endlessly fascinating, because through their journeys we see reflections of our own hopes, dreams, and challenges. And as we continue to explore this fascinating universe of celebrity stories, it becomes even clearer that what captivates us is not only the glamour of red carpets or the thrill of blockbuster premieres, but also the very human emotions that drive stars to keep going. Despite challenges and misunderstandings, take Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively, for instance. The narrative that swirled around them suggesting a feud was more a reflection of how eager audiences are to imagine drama rather than celebrate the very real bond of colleagues turned friends, because both women have spoken time and again about the fun they had working on, set the laughter between takes, the creative energy that comes from building something as a team, and the way they are genuinely excited to reunite for another simple favor at SXSW proves that there is no animosity, just anticipation and joy for a shared project. And in many ways, this mirrors how other celebrity friendships and collaborations have been portrayed in the media over the years. For example, rumors once circulated that Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato were no longer friends. Yet both women have shown nothing but respect and admiration for each other across time, or how Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were doubted when they first burst onto the scene with Good Will Hunting, only to prove their friendship was solid by continuing to work together across decades and showing that bonds in Hollywood can be as real and lasting as those in any small town. And speaking of long-lasting relationships, Hollywood is full of examples where stars have built careers alongside friends and family. And Blake Lively herself is a beautiful example of how family can shape a career, because she grew up in a family of actors and directors, which gave her early exposure to the art of storytelling and eventually guided her into acting. While Anna Kendrick started from a much smaller stage in Maine, dreaming of making it big and working tirelessly through theater and independent projects until her breakout in Up in the Air alongside George Clooney. These contrasting beginnings highlight one of the most inspiring things about Hollywood: that it does not matter where you start. What matters is the resilience, creativity, and authenticity you bring with you. And this is also evident in the story of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who went from being cut from Canadian football teams to becoming one of the highest paid actors in the world by reinventing himself again and again, proving that reinvention is at the heart of every great celebrity story. Reinvention also ties strongly to fashion, which has become one of the most visible ways celebrities communicate their personal growth, and Blake Lively is a shining example because she styles herself with looks that tell a story of confidence and elegance, often mixing bold colors, daring cuts, and timeless silhouettes. While Anna Kendrick often opts for softer, understated fashion that complements her grounded personality, and both approaches are equally powerful because they remind us that style is deeply personal, and that in the end it is less about following trends and more about expressing who you are at a given moment in time, just like Rihanna has done by becoming not just a music icon but also a business mogul through her Fenty empire, blending inclusivity with innovation, or like Harry Styles, who has broken barriers by wearing what he wants and showing fans worldwide. That fashion has no rules, only freedom of expression, and beyond fashion lies the enduring theme of charity and giving back, which is often the most moving side of celebrity culture, because it shows us that with great visibility comes the opportunity to make a difference. Anna Kendrick has supported numerous campaigns focused on children's welfare and mental health, using her humor and relatability to spread awareness, while Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds together have donated millions to food banks, scholarships, and humanitarian causes during times of crisis, demonstrating how power couples can turn influence into action. Similar to how Oprah Winfrey has dedicated decades to philanthropy, from building schools in Africa to funding scholarships in the United States, or how Shakira uses her foundation in Colombia to provide education for underprivileged children, reminding us that celebrity can be a powerful force for good when combined with compassion and purpose. And while compassion defines many celebrity journeys, what often resonates even more are the stories of resilience, because they mirror the struggles ordinary people face in their own lives. Anna Kendrick has spoken about her challenges with anxiety and how she manages it while still performing at the highest level, which has made her a relatable figure for fans who also deal with similar experiences. Blake Lively has opened up about the balance of being a working mother in a demanding industry and the importance of finding strength in vulnerability. These admissions put them in the company of stars like Lady Gaga, who has been candid about chronic pain and mental health yet continues to perform with intensity, or like Keanu Reeves, who despite personal tragedy has remained one of the most respected and beloved figures in Hollywood for his humility, kindness, and ability to keep moving forward, reminding us all that resilience is not about never falling, but about rising each time. And as we transition through these interconnected narratives, it becomes clear that fans form the heart of every celebrity journey, because the connection between star and supporter can shape careers and create cultural movements. Anna Kendrick has often engaged fans through her witty social media posts, turning everyday thoughts into viral moments, while Blake Lively has built a reputation for playful interactions online, particularly with her husband Ryan Reynolds, creating a dynamic that feels accessible and fun. Fans love when stars show that side of themselves, and this kind of genuine engagement is something shared by global icons like Beyoncé, who created the Bay Hive as one of the most dedicated fan bases in the world, or like K-pop groups such as Blackpink, whose concerts bring together audiences from dozens of countries, proving that in the age of social media and streaming, the bond between celebrities and their fans is more powerful and immediate than ever. And as we dive deeper into the vibrant world of celebrities, we begin to notice that the public fascination with rumored feuds like the one between Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively is often less about truth and more about the stories people create around them, because behind the spotlight, these stars are living real lives, balancing careers, friendships, and family responsibilities, and the truth, as confirmed by sources, is that there is no drama between them. They are friends, colleagues, and professionals who enjoy working together, which highlights an important lesson that so often the supposed conflicts we see in headlines are amplified to catch attention, when in reality, collaboration and mutual respect are what drive Hollywood forward. This is why when Anna and Blake come together to promote Another Simple Favor, the anticipation is less about controversy and more about the chemistry audiences already loved from their first film. And in many ways, this mirrors how Hollywood thrives on sequels, reunions, and comebacks, because fans love the comfort of familiar faces returning to stories they once adored. This cycle of reunion and renewal has defined careers for countless celebrities. For example, think about Leonardo DiCaprio, and Martin Scorsese, who have collaborated on some of the most iconic films of modern cinema, or how Tom Hanks and Meg Ryan became the quintessential romantic comedy duo through multiple beloved projects, showing that sometimes the best art is born from people who genuinely enjoy working together. And this same spirit of joy is what drives Anna and Blake, because their humor and contrast on screen create a magic that audiences recognize instantly. And speaking of on-screen magic, it is impossible. Not to mention the global phenomenon of Marvel and DC superheroes, where friendships forged on set have blossomed into lifelong bonds, like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, who supported each other through years of filming the Avengers saga and who remain close even after their stories concluded, proving that sometimes the greatest stories are not the scripted ones, but the ones written in the friendships that endure behind the scenes. But what also becomes evident is that Hollywood friendships, like those of Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick or Taylor Swift and her many celebrity friends, including Selena Gomez and Gigi Hadid, carry influence far beyond the personal sphere because they inspire fans who look to them as examples of support, loyalty, and resilience. And when cracks appear, as with the temporary pause in Taylor and Blake's friendship, it reminds us that even the strongest bonds can face challenges. But challenges do not erase history. They simply show us the complexity of human connection. And in fact, stories of friendships tested and rebuilt often resonate even more because they reflect what so many people experience in their own lives. Just as fans relate to celebrities finding their way, they also relate to friendships changing, evolving, and sometimes needing space. Fashion once again plays an important role here because for stars like Blake Lively, who is known as one of Hollywood's most glamorous fashion icons, each public appearance is not just about wearing beautiful clothes. It is about telling a story, and her ability to choose outfits that balance boldness with elegance has made her a favorite on red carpets worldwide. Anna Kendrick, on the other hand, often gravitates toward playful, chic styles that reflect her approachable charm, showing us that fashion is a mirror of personality. And just as their screen personas differ, so too do their style choices. And yet both are equally celebrated. This phenomenon extends across the celebrity world, where stars like Zendaya push boundaries with daring couture looks, turning fashion into art, or where Timothée Chalamet makes headlines by breaking traditional menswear molds, demonstrating that clothing is not just fabric but expression. And expression is what keeps fans intrigued. The impact of these stars also shines through in their charity work, because Anna Kendrick has lent her voice to causes that support children, mental health, and arts education, while Blake Lively, along with Ryan Reynolds, has made significant contributions to humanitarian efforts, particularly during crises such as natural disasters or global health emergencies. This aligns them with a tradition of stars who use their visibility to advocate for change, from Angelina Jolie's tireless humanitarian efforts as a goodwill ambassador to Chance the Rapper's grassroots activism for education and community programs in Chicago. And what these stories show us is that true celebrity power is not measured only by box office numbers or magazine covers, but by the ability to leverage fame for something larger than oneself. But perhaps the most touching element of celebrity culture is how stars turn their personal struggles into sources of inspiration. Anna Kendrick has spoken candidly about anxiety and self-doubt, allowing fans to see that behind the confident performances lies a very human journey of growth and resilience. And Blake Lively has shared about the challenges of motherhood in Hollywood, highlighting the delicate balance of raising a family while maintaining a thriving career. This openness puts them in the same league as other icons who have chosen transparency as their superpower, like Demi Lovato, who transformed her battles into music that heals others. Or like Selena Gomez, who has been vocal about mental health and physical health struggles while continuing to inspire millions through her courage. Each of these stories reminds us that resilience does not mean perfection, but the willingness to keep showing up even when life gets hard. And just as resilience fuels stars, it also fuels the fans who follow them, because fans are not passive spectators. They are active participants in the story of celebrity. Anna Kendrick interacts with her followers through witty tweets and relatable anecdotes, while Blake Lively delights her audience by posting playful banter with Ryan Reynolds, creating a dynamic that feels authentic and fun. Fans crave this authenticity because it makes celebrities feel accessible. And when fans feel connected, they form communities that stretch across the world, from the Bayhive, dedicated to Beyoncé, to Swifties who support Taylor through every album era, to the passionate fandoms of K-pop groups who organize projects that raise money for charity in their idols' names. And this level of devotion underscores how celebrity culture is not simply entertainment, but a shared global conversation about identity. Expression and connection. Please like and subscribe and press bell icon for more videos.